Hey, listeners, and welcome back to Hearthstone. We have a special thing going on today. So I thought, hey, I watch movie pretty frequently. Oh god, I have to drink already some water. So I watch movie pretty frequently, so why not talk about them? And do some quests while we're at it. So the movie I saw last week was Kong Skull Island. Now with Kong, no, I'll just talk about it. I'm not a reviewer, so I'll just pretty much gonna be spoilers, just because kind of talk about the movie, tell the things that I liked and blah blah blah, stuff like that, you know. And yeah, sure, sounds pretty fun, right? Hopefully. So where shall we begin? Well, let's start over from the beginning. Can't remember where that's from. So, well, what's Kong about? Well, it's about these people. It's about this professor that is obsessed with this island, right? For whatever reason, he's really obsessed with the island, and it's like, okay, we're gonna go to it, and he finally gets approval to go for with like his friend. That at first he also thought he was also crazy, like everybody else. So this person, the professor, don't remember his name, he's from company Monarch. If you remember Monarch, from the Godzilla movie, the 2014 one, that's where, that's the first point of reference, Monarch. So they take care of these like creatures, right? That's like his company, Monarch, and it's about to let's say it's about to get like what's the word I'm looking for? Apparently a very hard one. Is that it's gonna get shut down, right? It's like, oh, well, that's bad. It's gonna get shut down. It's like, okay, one final expedition. Fucking stupid. It's like one final expedition. It's like, cool. They go there. They get some explorers. Get the guy who played Loki. I'm not really good with actors' names, so sorry about that. So they go there. Well, it's cool. Like, this place has never been uncovered before, so it's like a pretty big deal for them to discover it first. It's pretty much like a race, like who can get to this island first. They go. They also get this girl that's a photographer. They will go to this island that's never been seen before because the Russians are gonna get to it first. Like, okay, I get. Yeah, sure. I mean, in real world, that would be applicable. Like, yeah, the Russians. This game is so fucking done. They go to the island. There's like a gigantic storm over it. It's like they barely make it through. They see the gigantic island. Like, it's like some sort of like a Jurassic Park moment. Like, they see the dinosaurs or like Jurassic World. It's like that's like it's awe-inspiring, the island. And they go there and it's like, hey, what's that? Skunk, right? Sitting there over everybody's like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. So he just kills about literally everybody's like, they had like 12 planes? Helicopters? I mean, it's like about 4 remain alive. It's like, okay, cool. Sorry. So we have our main characters left there. Go explore the island. There's all these gigantic creatures like a giant spider and like this like yak. It's like gigantic. It's like, don't do it. Don't touch the yak. I should really learn to people that are playing these characters their name. It'll be way easier for me to talk about the movie. Like, all these like gigantic creatures. It's like I thought so the CGI would look great. Right? Don't use like a point where it's like bad CGI. Like I never thought, oh yeah, that looks horrible. Like, I never thought about it's like bad CGI. So they go, Kong kills a lot of people, and they start regrouping, going through this jungle. And we have Samuel L. Jackson, which that's the apparently that's the only person I fucking know. Motherfucker. So he's after a lot of like his people die, he gets obsessed and tries to kill Kong the whole movie. Under the pretext that like it's one remaining soldier, but he eventually gets killed. About the characters, they were okay. Samuel L. Jackson character I liked him. He's like really motivated to kill Kong for what he did to his soldiers. So I thought that was thought he was a cool character. The girl, I mean, what did she do really? She took photos. Like her, the explorer, Loki guy, he was pretty much there to he's the expedition guy, so he knew like a lot of like about the island and stuff like that. He was a more interesting character, but like, you're okay. I think John C. Reilly is the guy's name, who is being stranded on this island with like another person, a Japanese fellow. I think it's, yeah, Japanese. So the start they try to kill each other because they're in the war. I think it was in World War II. Yeah, it was World War II. In the middle of the war, they get stranded, and then they, after being there and just seeing Kong right there, they're just like, okay, I guess we're have to be friends now. And that's just a bit. So they have to be friends, and like they survive. They find this indigenous tribe over there that they don't really talk. It's a bit pointless. They're just there to not too sure. I think they're just there for little to no reason. They just made this giant fort, and they see Kong as some sort of god. That was like, that's their thing, right? They see Kong as a god. And Kong, they see him as a god because he saved them from these creatures that are like, they're like some lizards, right? Around the front 2 feet. They have like no, yeah, front 2 feet. They don't have back feet because we're talking animal stuff, not human. So keeps killing them while they are small, and if they grow up, they become really powerful, and they can actually kill Kong. Kong has parents that they got killed by these things that grew too big, right? And the story. And apparently in the ground is one that's extremely big that's just sleeping, right? And when they come here, the scientist guy, he knew that Kong existed. He was one of the only survivors of like a ship of like 100 people, something like that, or more. Not sure of the precise numbers. So he comes back here. He throws bombs everywhere, which infuriates Kong. That's why he kills a lot of the helicopters. And he does that, and when Samuel L. Jackson, yes, he sent on like a bunch of like napalm and like all sort of these explosives. He based Kong some more, and then he sets him on like on napalm, like everywhere, fire everywhere, right? Which awakens the really big the big mama skeleton. Let's call it that, I guess. And now we have like these two giants. For some reason the big thing doesn't kill Kong, which the first time I saw it's like Kong is like on the ground of all the napalm, like set on fire, and the big thing just walks by Kong and runs after the people, which like it a lot of stuff it makes sense of what the creature did. Like he was kind of smart. It ran at things that no damaged it, so it made sense. Like, yeah, it's not stupid, that thing is killing me, so I'll go kill it. No, made sense. But just ignores the Kong, just runs away, which I thought was stupid. And some point so the and Loki, just call him Loki. I don't know his name, which I'm really sorry. It's not very professional, as you can tell. The creature just runs after him for little to no reason. Like, why is he doing that? I don't get it. Just running after him when they are like shooting. Where they're on John C. Reilly's boat and just shooting the creature, and then the creature just ignores them and goes after Loki. He's just like, why? It's like, you were so smart before. Like moments earlier, there's like this soldier guy that was like really fucking dumb, right? It's like he's there for war, right? It's just really dumb, and so he pulls these two grenades like, come at me, and the creature just hits him with his tail. He gets thrown away. Right, it's like, okay, that was really smart. Like, yeah, that cliche, like, go without me, guys, I got this, didn't happen, which I thought was smart. But then the creature becomes stupid. Now, when Kong fights the creature like anything in a movie, it's so fucking cool. The action, it's so cool, and I thought it was great. Like, I really thought, like, the final fight, especially like how it kills the creature, like, it was so brutal. Like, put his hands in his like mouth and like take his guts out. Like, oh my god, that's disgusting. I love it. So that was like really cool. I thought like the CGI again was really good. It was top notch in my opinion. It was like really top notch. Oh god, this is fucking sick. I thought the CGI was top notch. The fight scene with Kong, every time Kong was on screen, it was a delight to see him. It was so cool. So like that part, the fight scene, like the parts are like monster. When there are monsters in the movie, it's really cool. I thought the indigenous tribe was there to, I don't know, to like explain Kong's thingies, like he is protecting them. That was their main point. They had like this really big wall to keep the creatures out. So that was it. And John C. Reilly's like friends with them. Well, the first time they see the group of people, It's like the tribe like spears everywhere, wants to kill them, and then John C. Reilly comes like, "Hey guys, it's okay, it's okay. Let's be cool, right, guys? Cool. You heard about that concept? He does that, but how did they not kill him the first time? How they made him and not kill him? Like, seems to be random. Okay. Some of the there's like this dumb soldier guy, as I said, is a grenade guy, and this a black soldier. Their banter between each other. I think it was really funny, and it gave the movie some heart with these characters. And the character that the soldier that she's like, dear Timmy, has or Bobby, like I can't remember his the name exactly. To his kid. He's just there to like, hey, have a kid there, like everybody else. Like something for the soldier and for them to like have a pretext to go back and try to and not leave the island, not go to the spot where they're supposed to leave, so they could stay and kill Kong, right? That's the whole. It's like it was pretty much like a plot point. That was a bit meh. Okay. So that character was. A lot of the soldiers were pretty bland. It's the two main people, the Loki guy and the girl as the photographer. Alone they were pretty bland, but together that's where their characters were a bit more interesting. Oh, perfect. That's when the characters got interesting, when they were together. But as individual characters, not that interesting. The characters were not super interesting, but the action was really cool. It had just a couple of them, like really good. Sorry, I just got mindfucked with this guy. Okay. So yeah. And what else can we talk about? Just kind of like the climax. They go. The island is very beautiful. They go through a lot of areas. They go through Kong's graveyard. They go through like this dense jungle. There's like this gigantic spider. Which, fuck that. That was so creepy. Oh boy, that was really creepy. So like the CGI, the place where they were, the fights, they were all really cool, and I really liked them. The characters on the mediocre side, right? Not bad. I will not say the characters were bad and boring, but they were on the mediocre side, and some of them were entertaining to watch. Some pretty cool banter and comic relief. So that was great. And what else can we talk about the movie? Kind of about it. It's like, I know it's not much. Like, yeah, that's kind of about all they. It's about all they do in the movie. Just walk from side to another. A lot of people die, which is enjoyable. And yeah, they have some touching moments with Kong. So the King Kong 25, 2005, 25, what the fuck, 2005. So the Kong was like obsessed with the girl. That was like his thing. Is like obsessed with her. This movie, there's like the girl. She shows affection to the animals on the island that Kong is protecting. So she's like, "You're cool. I like you." Right? That's like his thing. and that's why he kind of like shows affection to people, which I really like, because like at the end, in the end of the fight, uh, Kong has her in one hand while also fighting this gigantic creature trying to save her, and then she doesn't die because, of course, the main character won't die at the end. That'll be stupid. So I think they did the affection thing, like Kong showing affection to humans, really well. Now, but that's kind of what the movie is all about. In the end, I really liked it. Like, I have no complaints about the movie. I really liked it. Right. No complaints. Loved it. Like, a really enjoyable movie to watch. So I did wrong with that. Stupid. We can compare it to some other monster movies, the more recent ones. So we have Pacific Rim, and we have Godzilla 2014, which that's the obvious one to compare it to, right? I have these like fucking flies in my house, which I fucking hate. So let's compare it first to Pacific Rim. Well, what was Pacific Rim? Pacific Rim was a really awesome monster fighting with kaijus, like giant robots, some with like some plot holes, and some, I won't say blank characters. I did like the characters in Pacific Rim. The main guy, he was okay, right? He was an okay character. Nothing like, oh guys, like just boring. Like an okay character. The general character was really good. Mako was okay again. Like the rest of the characters were okay. The scientist dudes were pretty funny and a bit annoying at times. Like they were like funny, annoying in that sort of thing. So their characters, if I compare the characters in that movie with this movie, I would say they are on par. No, I would say, yeah, the characters are on par. Yeah, they're kind of the same. They're okay, watchable characters. That I'm not like, oh god, this is disgusting. How can you watch this? You're okay characters. You have Godzilla. So let's compare all the characters first. Have Godzilla, the main character. I thought people didn't like him. I thought he was a really cool character that just worked. I don't know. The character was just like, yeah, they gave him like, it had like his usual family stuff, like, yeah, you have a family, yoop-de-doo, we all have one. Like, he helped these kids, like, he shows like he's a good fellow. He helps them. He's not like just like this army obsessed guy. So I think from like all the main characters, probably one of the best. He had like his father, which I thought he was great, and then he died. It's like, what the fuck? That's such a good actor. Why you just throw him away? I don't get it. And what other characters were in that movie? I don't quite remember. Kind of like that was the main focus. They have the people on the boat. Usually you mostly follow this main character. So for what he was, I thought he's fine, right? I thought he was like the best out of all the main characters. Has like less characters, right? I said less characters, just focus a bit more on this guy. So probably that was a less funny movie as Kong, which had a lot more comic relief, which is definitely appreciated. comic relief is always appreciated because that's how people are. They just like, yeah. It's this situation is really fucking scary, but well, we're humans, so we're gonna joke around, so we feel better about ourselves, right? That was like a way more serious movie, Godzilla. And okay, so characters, I thought that movie had a better ones. Then it's probably Pacific Rim on the same thingy, the same skill, whatever you wanna call it. Then we have monsters. Well, whatchamacallit, Pacific Rim was full of monsters, just like robots, monsters. Like the action was so cool. They showed it as many times as possible. Like action, 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 as much action as possible. And I loved it. Like I thought it was great. If we're talking about action, Pacific Rim by far the best, followed by Kong, which we talked about, and Godzilla, which was really scary. It was like, let's see the humans part, and they shied a bit too much, which is a negative, a bit too much from the monsters, from showing Godzilla and those weird ass flying things, one of them, fighting. Right, so Godzilla had the weakest fights, like less fights. The quality of the fights, well, it becomes to the monsters. In Pacific Rim, the kaiju, they're just monsters to kill. It's the robots, the Jaegers, that's the important part that we focus on, right? Focus on those guys, like, yeah, you. We focus on you, your thingy, your Jaeger. And that it all depended on who is in the Jaeger. If it was the main character, then the fights would be more impactful. When it was the other side guys, it's like, okay, I guess. Cool fights, right? That's about it. Then probably say Godzilla's was next one, like impactful fights. With like when Godzilla finally fought, it was fucking awesome because his whole thing was he's the savior, he's gonna save our ass from these monsters that are fucking terrifying. So she's like, he's supposed to kill them, he's the good guy, alright? He kills them, the action is superb. Like, he impales one and get 10 fire-breathing fucking monster. Holy shit, that was fucking cool. Right? That was really fucking cool. But I think the one that you cared most about was Kong. That's why I think from like the quality, what was the best monster, Kong was the best one by far. Come on. He was the best monster, right? So whenever he fought, it was like, yes, you're gonna win, and we rooted for him. In Pacific Rim, depending on who was controlling the Jaeger. And Godzilla just showed too little, right? Since Kong was like, he cared about his island, like there's like a lot of reasons to care about Kong the most. Okay, well. So I think the best monster, yes, Kong. The best action for like pure dumb action, how much of it is Pacific Rim is gonna get it. The characters, I think Godzilla can takes it, but no, he was the best. Still should have been a bit more to him, but I think he was the best character, main character, in my opinion. And yeah, I think this is about sums it up. Overall, a really enjoyable movie that I really liked watching. Kong Skull Island, and just recommend to everybody because damn, it was a good movie. I liked it. Ah, for fuck's sake. What's this BS? So yeah, sums it up. I really kind of want to do this more often just because hey, I watched the movie. I'm taking it slow with recording, and this is just something that I can do that's really chill. I can just talk about it. I'm gonna do it not very often, right? I can just like maybe like one after I watch a couple. Like in this one, I talked about Kong, Godzilla, and Pacific Rim, right? It's like I can like go in details, most detail about Kong, but I also tackled Godzilla and Pacific Rim, which are a movie that I also like. So when it comes to me, I'm a person that loves movies, and when I go to a movie, fuck, oh there we go. When I go to a movie, so you know, I pay money, and monies don't grow in trees. I want to enjoy my time there, right? So when I go there, when I'm really careful choosing the movie, but when a friend tells, let's watch that movie, like, cool, let's go. Who cares? Let's just go see it. So we go, then we just have a lot of fun. Like it's literally nothing wrong with just having fun, right? It's like, yeah, I'm watching a movie. That was a mediocre movie at best. Like, you had fun with it? Yeah, I pay money, and I'm a normal person that just loves watching movies, so why have a bad time, right? You enjoy movies that are like mediocre. Let's say from 5. I don't go lower. Like from 5, which is like a mediocre movie that's like maybe it has like no character at all, but it has like some really cool action. It's like action, action, action. Some characters that cool, cool. Yeah, that's a character. Let's move along. It's like they enjoy the movie. Really cool, right? Why not? So I've been getting my ass kicked. God, this is such a bad card. Oh, it's so funny. Poor Hunter. What? A rip? Well, I want to say, let's finish this. Fucking mechs. People still playing Mel. Oh the fuck! Now that's a name. Now that's a fucking name for somebody playing mechs. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.